Hello, welcome Waynesville football families and future Waynesville football families. Hope everybody is healthy and safe and getting through this time together. This is our spring potluck time, and so usually we all get together and talk about the future coming forward and what's going to be taking place. The ironic thing is we started this process because at one point we had a team that we could be together all the time, but yet didn't have a building. Now we have the building, but yet we can't be together all the time. So here's the modification, just to give you guys some information and say hi to everybody. It's been a long time since I've seen some of my guys and families, and miss you guys, and just want to be able to you guys get caught up on some information as much as we have anyways at this time. Governor Ducey obviously put out some relax on the restrictions, so that's going to change kind of what's going on from this point moving forward. As of everything seems right now, June 1st, we will be able to go ahead and get back together under certain restrictions, obviously, but we should be able to get back in the weight room, start doing some stuff on the field, using social distancing and some other guidelines in that process. There will be limitations, and as this time gets closer, we'll find out more and more what those limitations are. But it's going to be great to be able to get back together, see everybody, and get started on next season. Question I get asked a lot is, what's going to take place next season? As of right now, all indications is we're good to go. The AIA has put out a statement that they feel that we should be fine come next year to play our season. There are no guarantees with anything. As most information we're going to go over today, there aren't. But I just want to get out the information that I have. With summer ball, which will be June 1st, like we talked about, usually there's a 7-on-7 aspect to it. For the incoming Blackhawks, you may not know what 7-on-7 is. It's just basically kind of a two-hand touch type games without offensive and defensive linemen in there. Those games will not start at the beginning of June for sure. Does not mean that we will go all summer without 7-on-7, but just coming as an introduction back into getting together, there's going to be limitations on the contact, so therefore you're not going to line up and compete against another team at that time. There's talks of some things moving into July, some other type of stuff. Our calendar has been updated as frequently as we can, with everything changing on a regular basis. So there are going to be some conflicts, and that's okay. What I mean by that is our summer schedule may look a little different than it has been put on the calendar, and therefore that may come into contact or confrontation with family vacation. I don't mind. You guys have an opportunity to go on vacation. I think it's a great time. One of the things we're big on this program is family. We're big on taking advantage of the time you have with your kid before they go on to college. If you're an incoming freshman, before you know it, your son is going to be graduating high school. And you guys that are parents that are seniors, this is maybe the last season they're going to play football, or for sure it's their last high school season. So we want families to take the time to spend together and go on those vacations. Now, on a regular year, we put out a calendar as early as we can to try to minimize those conflicts, and we hope that families try to always work around that calendar during summer. But we know this year that's going to be a little bit different. Please, by no means, feel that if you've had a trip planned and there's something you guys have going on, that you have to cancel that. Because I don't want you to do that. I would not expect that of anybody. So, as it goes, communication is always key. Letting us know ahead of time. We always talk about, if you let us know ahead of time, you're excused. If you let us know after the fact, it's an excuse, and we don't accept excuses, right? So just that communication with the appropriate level coach. If I'm a freshman kid, letting my freshman coaches know, hey, I'm going to be gone on this day. If I'm a JV kid, let my JV coaches or so on and so forth. So that's going to be a little bit different. Like I said, again, the 7-on-7 things are already looking a little different, so we'll play it by ear. As far as summer gear goes, we've done the senior class for our returning kids. The senior class has done a really good job of trying to keep everything in mind, that there are families out there that money is tight right now. So they have went with the least expensive option, kind of going away from maybe what we've done the last couple of years. Just knowing that in these different times, there's a different approach that's got to be taken. So we've done what we can to minimize that cost. Please understand we are always here for families. If there's something that you cannot take care of, we have a booster club that is always willing to help and always wanting to do what they can for families. So please communicate that to us. Speaking of booster club, I always get the question is who's in the booster club? You are, because everybody is in the booster club. If you have a kid here at Williamsville High School, you have a kid that's playing football, meaning at Williamsville High School, you're in the booster club, and we want you to be an active part of it. Kind of go along those same lines that we're going to take care of each other, we're going to take care of those families that are in need. It's the same thing that we kind of have our model of our program. We do team meals before games to make sure every kid's fed, and not just the ones who have or have the convenience of a parent who stays at home or whatever it may be. We do things along those lines where we really want to incorporate everybody. So for this to work, you're never going to get us charging a bunch of money for stuff, right? We're not going out there and running summer camp and charging your family $200 for summer camp or for those types of events where we're just doing them here on campus. Now, when we go to camp up in Heber, the kid's going to have to pay their way to get there, no doubt about that. We can't absorb that cost for each student, but we're never making money off your kids. So with that, I need parents. I want parents to be a part of this program, to be part of the booster club, to come down, to help out, to volunteer for the team meals, to work in the concession stand, work on the chain crew, those types of things. Is we really want to and continue to try to continue to grow this program, notoriety-wise, success-wise, but still kind of keep this smaller mentality as far as we're in this together as a family and make it a family atmosphere. Just like every family, doesn't mean we all get along all the time, but the point still being is that we want you guys to feel welcome, and we want that only happens when you entrench yourself and become a part of it. I don't know if there's ever been a parent that we've had here that was an active member of the booster club, whether it was serving on one of the board positions or whether it was a real high active volunteer person that ever regretted it. I think it makes their whole experience with your son that much more special, because you kind of know what's going on, they know you're around, you get to see them in different lights, and you're part of their lives. So with that said, again, come to the booster meetings. Right? Take that first step once we have them. We're not having them right now because of social distancing. But come to those meetings and just find out, hey, what I like? Is there anything that I want, that I as a person would be interested in helping with, because that's kind of in my area or whatever. We never make you, just because you walk in the door, we don't assign you a task or anything like that. We really want people to kind of find how they enjoy and what they want to do. The other thing is, if you're an incoming parent or a returning parent, you have to make sure that you're registered on the website, because that's where all of our communication goes, especially in a time like this where we don't have the spring camp that we've had maybe in the past, where you can come down and ask a question or see somebody face to face. All of our communication has been going through the website. It's important, parents, when you register your kid on the website, in other words, just go to Williamsville WFBlackhawksfootball.com. When you go there and you register, you click on the button register your athlete. Make sure that you attach your email and your cell phone number to your athlete, because we don't want to be texting, hey, who's up for cutting watermelon for the kids after practice, and that's going to your son. That communication is going to you. Also, we have plenty of ways that we're going to communicate with your kids. We can see them on a regular basis once we're back into the norm. This is more to keep you guys updated. And that cell phone, probably 90% of our communication goes through email, but that cell phone is a really useful tool when we're on the go, we're on the fly. There's a lot of times adjustments that, hey, we're caught off guard, or that pop up to us, and we got to get information now. Even sometimes, and this is an honest situation. There was one time we were going up to play in Sholo, and we're on the trip on the way up there. We're on the buses. We're halfway up the mountain. And when I finally do get back in cell phone range, I'm getting a call from Sholo saying that the game's been moved to around mountain because they have a dome and it's raining and lightning up here, and we're going to have to cancel the game if we don't move it. So those types of situations, email's not the best way. It's better to be able to hit the Remind app or something on our phone and get that information out fast. or we're at 7-on-7 tournaments, and people don't necessarily have their email, but we can say, hey, we're going to be on field 5 for the next game, or whatever it may be, just to be able to get that information out. Summer camp in Heber, meaning that for the incoming kids, this doesn't really pertain to you. This is a varsity camp, and we take some sophomores with us as well. We don't know. Right now, obviously, they're playing the waiting games just like we are. Is it something we're going to be able to do? Is it not going to be able to do? That information, we'll get that information out as soon as we can. But we're preparing. Like, majority of stuff is operation normal. Shifting some timelines back a couple weeks maybe, and that type of thing. But as far as the summer camp goes, I feel I should say that by late July we should probably be under pretty normal conditions and that type of thing. But we'll play that by ear. Parents will let you know as soon as we can, because obviously that's something that I know that families have to pay for. So we want to get you guys that information at the earliest convenience. Other than that, a lot of times what this goes down, because I introduce my coaches, which no reason to do that right now, because none of them are here. So can't do that. But and then we just kind of answer questions, and without you guys being able to answer questions or ask questions, this is just kind of a starting point, I think. And by once you register, a lot of those on the website, a lot of those questions can be answered by the Booster Club. Or you're always welcome to contact me if there's anything that you guys have questions on. And again, once we can get on booster meetings, I think it's really important as we get back in the flow, especially that we show up to those first ones, because we're going to be making a lot of adjustments on the fly and flying around. So miss being able to see everybody. I miss being able to see the incoming freshmen through spring camp and usually at the potluck, just to kind of get to know you guys a little bit, but we'll get to know each other pretty quick, pretty fast. Miss seeing my dudes here on campus. I love our meetings, our Zoom meetings. At least I guess get to see you guys a little bit. Most of the time, you guys still are not wearing shirts, which we need to get adjusted. But it's awesome seeing you guys in your homes and at least for us to be able to connect to the best that we can. All right. Thank you for the incoming Blackhawks for coming to Williamsville, and thanks for all our current Blackhawks for staying strong and just keep on working through this process. Hope everybody's healthy and safe and continues to be that way. Thanks a lot. Talk to you guys later.